we move on to our next chat of today. I would say fireside chat. 3 gentlemen now, and now just one guy talking to me. I would say we know each other quite well. I think this is going to be my 3rd or 4th time talking with him. Mr. Andrius Biceika, Deputy CEO of Revolut. Hi, Andrius. Every time I talk to this guy, Revolut has a couple of million more users. I'm starting to think he's doing it on purpose.
It's not couple. It's not couple of million. It's like 20 million, and 20 billion more in valuation.
Okay, our fireside chat today is called "The Future of Digital Payments." Andrius, how are you?
I'm good. Thank you. I'm really happy to be again for the 7th, I think, time in one of my favorite cities in Europe, Split, one of my favorite countries in Europe, Croatia. It's been like 12 times I've been to Croatia in the last 2 years. My wife suspects I have a second family here, and she's right. They're doing great.
Okay, let's dive into the future immediately. What's the most exciting thing about digital payments today, and how do you see the digital payments world evolving over the next 5 years?
You know, I'd like to kind of not to try and to kind of, because no one knows, right? The organizer said I shouldn't swear. I normally swear. No one knows what the future will hold, right? No one. It's like investing, right? Who could have thought that NVIDIA would be 5 trillion yesterday, or whatever the number is? Maybe 6 already today. And so on and so forth. We've been talking about Bitcoin for many, many years. And it was supposed to, you know, transform, disrupt, whatnot, right? Digital euro has been on the table as well for some time now. The key thing, and the key kind of message, even from this kind of 20-minute discussion with you, or conversation with you, that I want to send to everyone, which I think Revolut kind of proved that really well, it's not about the ideas. It's really not about the innovation or kind of what new things or kind of, you know, biometrics, whatnot, or blockchains, on-chains, off-chains, and so on. It's really about execution. It's really about execution. When you look like straightforward to Revolut, it's kind of nothing really special. You know, like it's the card, it's this and that, but all the small bits and pieces on the user interface, on the user experience side, makes people start using it more and more and more. And then the payment innovation will happen sooner or later, which, you know, we see with WeChat and Alipay in China, where they have both ecosystems fully covered, which is the user, you know, B2C, retail, whatever you call them, and the merchants. And that's when you can really start innovating big time. Right, but we still have some work to do. We're only like 66, 67 million users and over 1 million merchants. There's still work to do. But once you have these ecosystems, then you can do things, right? You can overcome, you can do it quicker, more trusted way, and so on and so forth. Maybe do some sort of biometrics where you enter the store and leave the store and you don't need to do anything, right? But in the end, as you see it very clearly, the cash is still there. I couldn't leave tips in Italy, nowhere, with my machine, with the card.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, I need to swear actually. It's so annoying. So no, actually, Athens. We were in Athens.
But in Croatia, you can leave a digital tip.
Yeah, exactly.
We even have a law for that. Yeah.
That's good. So these things, what innovation are we talking about if you still sometimes are required to enter your language when you put your credit card into ATM? what sort of innovation are we talking about? You know, when you put that into ATM and the ATM still asks, what language do you speak? Am I new to you? You know,
So
don't you know
think...
about that? So you get the point.
Okay.
Look, so it's really about, so whoever is the best and most efficient in getting things done, or as we say, getting shit done, that's right. And to focus on the execution, not the ideas, not like, because those will require execution, will be part of the future.
But listening to the gentleman on our panel discussion,
yeah.
You don't think we are heading towards a cashless society?
I think we are. I think I think we are. I would love, you know, I'm talking now from my perspective, right? Like looking into this money ecosystem, if you like, or like money world, you know. I would love to be custodian of all of my money. That would be really good, right? Like I could like put it, you know, because I was thinking, you know, where do I put all my trillions of dollars, you know, that I earned? It's too much to put it in socks and or pillows. So that's one of the ways, right? So like these ledgers, etc., on the especially stablecoin, right? At least from my perspective, I really kind of think about that in a good way. Not necessarily other kind of volatile cryptos, you know, which is like, you know, whatever the wind blows. But stablecoin is nice. It's custodian. You can put it in the vault, you know, whatever you know, you can travel, especially nowadays when there's war across the border and so on. And then I think when we kind of almost teach people that there are solutions and you are actually a custodian of your money, there could be much faster acceleration towards cashless society. But then there will be always people who kind of don't trust government, don't trust anyone. They want to be anonymous, blah, 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 blah. So it's kind of sad, but understandable. Yeah, it's like a vicious circle. It's like a closed loop in that sense. But we're heading, but still, we still have a lot of things.
How many years?
Oh, man, it's 2050. 2050, and unless AI will just, you know, make us obsolete, and you know we kind of forget about money, and AI feeds us food, and you know, just we kind of follow, we serve AI, you know, and you know we get paid in I don't know what, some coins.
Yeah, you were mentioning
digital euro.
You were mentioning stable coins. So does Revolut have a cunning plan to board this digital euro train in some way?
Again, it's all about execution, right? So we are looking at things, you know, we really have been looking into blockchain as such, which is kind of the decentralized database, and really looking, is there like, you know, since 10 years ago, when we actually launched in 2015, is there really like big more beneficial things having this decentralized database versus centralized? And it's still not like proving fully, you know? So yeah, but don't worry, the teams are looking into things and looking what to launch, how to launch it, so it's sticky, people use it. That's the most important thing. Anything that you guys do, sometimes if it's super fancy, and you want to kind of talk about it, and it's like this and that, but doesn't, and it happens so many times. You know, these kind of square wheels, bicycles. It's really not needed, right? And you're not solving the problems. So again, it's execution. It's not the ideas, especially now. Oh my God, you know, you can get ideas from ChatGPT. You can get 1,000 ideas, and then give me 1 more 1,000. So, you know, it's nothing. Ideas are nothing. Essentially, they are nothing.
What new solutions can we expect from Revolut in 2026 maybe?
Look, we're
Hit
building,
us with something spectacular.
Yeah, but it's like, there's, it will happen when it will happen, right? We're kind of sometimes too fast to tell something, right? We are seeking the banking license, and then it's like 3 years we have to repeat the same. Again, as long as you focus on the customer and focus on building the retail side of the things and merchant side of the things, B2B, and then the solutions will come, it's almost like automatically. It really is. Say, oh, how do you decide to launch this? It's kind of everyone wants that. But any solution, anything, saving the change, when you buy something, or saving your money, or booking.
Collecting rev points.
Booking stays here, collecting rev points, booking stays, or checking out on booking.com, although we have our own stays, right? But with the Revolut button, so you can use the points even on booking.com. It's so natural. You have to be almost like, I'm not doing that in an offensive way, stupid to not think of these things. Or to think about something else.
Regarding stupid, what's your take on implementing AI furtherly in Revolut?
Oh, this is. I would be so worried. So now I'm partially retired already. Retired. I always mix these things. Retired, I think.
Retired or retarded?
Both. Still, on this board. I'm actually on the Supervisory Council now, not the Deputy CEO anymore.
Pardon me.
In Europe. And I'm sometimes crushed. I'm happy that I don't need to follow all the things that are happening in AI. I would just go more mental than I am with everything that is there, because it's another vicious circle. Virtual circle, whatever, like this closed loop. Because nowadays, whenever you want to raise money, all the VCs will look into how are you utilizing AI to make the job of 100 people 2 years ago.
It's a buzzword.
Yes and no. Yes and no. I still don't know why so many people are not using it. Still, young and old, still not utilizing it. So, for example, in our legal department, 90, I think now 7 or 8% is done by AI, compared to 2 years ago.
Okay.
So we moved over $1 trillion in value of money last year. It's going to be maybe 2 trillion this year, if not more. And imagine the amount and the complexity using the old way of tracking real-time all potential frauds and kind of things, So the fraud area, the customer support, oh man, this now it's impossible to figure out.
Is it becoming a bigger problem day to day?
It's big part.
The cyber attacks and...
No, I'm not talking about cyber attacks. I'm talking about AI, utilizing AI as a company. Of course, we have to be prepared for what AI can do for us. That's another story, That's a cybersecurity conference topic. But it's now impossible to understand when you speak with a robot versus a person. It's just impossible. Legal, real-time tracking, and any other department that may utilize, there's kind of a team of people who are running around departments and looking if and what applications we could use. Finance, for example. Oh my God, and CFOs have a hard time now to, whenever the accounting people leave, I don't think CEOs are allowing to rehire.
Okay, two important ongoing things that I want to ask you about. I saw in the vast internet some phishing online scams falsely offering people to invest in Revolut IPO. When will that become the truth?
I want to know that as well, so I can be even more relaxed and not thinking about AI and all the other problems in the world. I think it's eventually will happen. It's like eventually will happen, but even now we are running, and it's like public 3 billion, I think, like secondary round 3 billion, right? So the early employee or whatever employees, it's like many of them now, several, more than dozen thousand, 20,000 maybe employees, that can cash out. And if we needed a new emission, if we needed to invest, we could get the money, private money. And at this point, maybe it's still better to kind of focus on getting things done rather than preparing for the earning calls.
So it's what, 3 to 5 years away?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm not in a position. I want it to be tomorrow, but no one listens.
Really?
So why not? Oh.
Is there like an ongoing discussion?
No.
Inside the company?
No. The guys are deciding. The board is deciding. The owner, the biggest shareholders are deciding. We still need to. Now we are like billion profit. Last year is going to be more this year. But
how much more?
Still, no one knows. Still a few months to go. You're not necessarily proven something, right? We haven't won the game yet. And that's the mentality. I think Amazon has this how they call it, day one mentality. It's always day one. It's always day one. Think about any products. Don't sleep on your achievements or whatever. For us, it's also the same. We haven't won the game yet. There's still so many things to do. That's the most important thing.
I noticed one more thing. You're looking for substantial manpower in Croatia, right? Are you opening a branch in Croatia?
Look, the ultimate goal, we will be everywhere doing everything sooner or later. That's kind of not even the secret, right? We want to be really in 100 markets, have 100 billion revenue, 100 million more customers, and so on.
So it's a yes?
It's a yes. We are looking for people to start with the branch, to prepare for the branch.
When?
Whenever. You can apply now. There is an ad already live on the website. Because we want to get into localized solutions. To pay your utilities, there is this kind of QR or whatever you guys have. To obviously have HR IBAN, which is like a crucial part of getting paid into Revolut, and so on and so forth. So we want to do that in every country, including Croatia.
In our last panel, we spoke also, among other things, about regulatory challenges. So what were the key lessons maybe for Revolut in the Eastern European markets, developing business here, rather when you compare it to the Western European markets?
Look, I don't think Western Europe can, the bigger the market, the more regulators, let's say local regulators. But now we are like significant institution and we are regulated by the ECB. And don't forget, guys, ECB want the best for the customer. Their goal is not like to these guys like Revolut and N26s or like whatever other banks to grow enormously and be like 10x in 5 years. The ultimate incentive and ultimate objective is really simple, is stability. Stability of the people's money, of the financial systems and structures in all the markets in Europe. Let's say if we talk about that. So look, when we were small, we entered European market through Lithuania as a kind of regulatory hub or port, harbor, takeoff runway, right? But we got bigger. Now we announced the Western European hub in Paris. We are seeking the license there. We are regulated by ECB, which is de facto pan-European kind of regulation out there. And we have to play by the rules. We are in the sandbox or in the field where the rules are created. We are not creating the rules. We sometimes show how it is better to do things. Sometimes regulators pay attention and maybe adjust something, and so on. So we kind of input, and we want that to be part of the dialogue. But we have to play by the rules.
Okay, less than a minute remaining. Two things I want to ask you. What's the next step of blockchain integration in Revolut in the following years?
I don't know, Ivan. It's really like these, not buzzwords, but it has to be a real benefit for the customers, right? In the end, if 72 years old woman gets the money from the ATM or tops up Revolut account, she doesn't really care.
Okay.
Where is it like blockchain? Is it digital euro, non-digital euro?
Just give me my money,
must
right?
Be cash, she does need to see the number in the app or have the cash. So we'll see. But when we decide something, we will need to execute.
Okay, and one last sentence for the end. If you had to describe the digital payments landscape in 2030 in one sentence, what would it be?
Which year?
2030.
2030?
Yeah, less than 5 years from now.
Nothing will change.
Nothing.
No. I mean, it hasn't changed for many years. It's where is this FTX? These were innovators, right?
Yeah, that
amazing innovators.
That didn't age well, right?
Yeah. And so on and so forth. I really think nothing will change.
Well, okay, that's an answer.
Thank you,
Andrius.
guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
I just wanted to be.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, gentlemen. I love your energy. Thank you so much, both of you. It was an honor to have you both here with us. Andrius Biceika of Revolut and Ivan Vrdoljak, of course, Bloomberg Adria.